morning. It was eating. I'm dying because these things are so good. I cannot stop eating them. It's like an addiction. They're quinoa puffs that are African curry flavor. I have never had these before, and I'm telling you, I think they're made by Aldi. If you could find out who they are and they want to be a sponsor, I trust me. Go buy these and tell me if they're not one of the greatest things you ever had. I didn't even know how quinoa was. Actually, I kind of did, but
I have a banana.
It's better than a banana, man. Maybe I can get a banana. Quinoa.
My head is about the size of a banana for scale.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, Jess, but one of our prodigal sons had come back to roost, come back home. Do you notice a name in the live chat that hasn't been around for a while? Come back to the fold. Come back to one of us.
Is that a beaver that may or may not be Brainy?
Yeah, it's one of your Canadians. I mean, it's one of your people, isn't it? Yeah. Welcome back home, Brainy. Now I did tell Brainy stuff. I did tell Brainy, look, because he used to be a mod. So I was like, hey, I'll be fair because I'm a fair kind of guy. If we can get to 18,000 subs on this channel, which is I think 900 more to go, eventually, we're gonna do a sub drive, but I don't expect to get that many. If we get 20, I'll be happy to. But if Brainy can help me get to 18, I'll give back his wrench. I think that's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. If you want to, like, there's nothing wrong with having people waiting in the wings to be mods when you're ready to have new mods. Like, it's not like you're selling it or anything.
Yeah, no. Well, I told him I already have enough now, but that's what I'm saying. With 18,000, I'll probably need another one. So.
Todd came to me wanting to be a mod over on my channel, and I said, when I need another mod, I will add you. No problems there. I saw this thing on Tumblr, and I think you guys should do this because it would be really funny, and send it to your significant other and see what the response you get is. When you get a response, screenshot it and send it to me. So the prompt is, your bed is basically a shelf where you put your body when you're not using it. Send that to your significant other and see what the response you get is. The response in this one is, it's also a place for activities.
I mean, technically they're supposed to be conscious, so they give consent, I believe. Kind of more fun anyways, too.
Where you give consent before you fall asleep.
Oh, I know there is. Oh, absolutely. I'm sure there is. Yeah. Apparently, yeah. I didn't know this, Jess. I really didn't. Apparently, Brainy Beaver has been working for me for the last, 6 months as a spy. Covert ops. Yet I haven't talked to the guy since last time he's been on the channel, which was, last year. I don't know. It's been a long time. But yeah, who knew? I'm glad people tell me these things. I don't know. So
wasn't he the one who defected and was the super secret spy for somebody else?
I don't know. I'm not privy to this stuff. I don't get the memos in the morning. Yeah, I'm like Trump in that regard. I just don't care to go to the meetings and.
Yes, Brainy, we know Uni's going to talk about this entire 5-minute, soundbite.
Oh, he's going to talk about something anyways. Yeah, see, here's the thing: Uni will find anything to talk about. It doesn't matter.
We cannot cater what we talk about for him.
Yeah, it makes no difference. And but by the way, fun fact: I did have a tweet. Oh my goodness, I did have a tweet back in August where I said he is going to legit forget all the negative things that he said, all the things he got wrong about me and about Kyle, about non sequitur, and just forget like it never happened, and then go to a new community and start trying to siphon off them. Guess what he's doing? Exactly that. Go figure. Now, I'm fine without him talking about me. That's completely cool. But he's finding new marks, new targets, and he's just repeats the cycle. Yeah. Well, again.
He's like, talk about me more. It feeds my narcissism.
I don't think he fully falls into that. Does he check some boxes? Yeah, but I think it's a little bit even more malignant than that. I think it's a little bit more. Oh, me? Oh, yeah, I'm just huge. Every day I wake up and it's all about me.
Is it bad that I took advantage of Kyle's narcissistic behavior, as soon as the shit went down with that meme train? I'm like, listen, I know he's going to look at them. Even if they're against him, he's going to look at the memes and maybe they'll get through to him.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, dude, I am so narcissistic. When I come in the morning, I actually send emails to myself. That's a ritual I have. Yeah. But yeah, I know I got a lot of spies. I don't even know how I hired all of them. I don't even know how I pay them. I don't know if it's NASA shill money or if it's shekels or I just don't know these things.
Oh, yeah. I forget that you're supposed to be a NASA shill. Because
Yeah,
you don't really
yeah.
do any flat Earth.
I really don't that much, right? But before, when we were doing the flat Earth stuff, it was like, oh, NASA pays you. I'm like, well, they pay shit, okay? Because I've never got. NASA has no idea who I am. I assure you.
I feel sorry for
Oh,
Turquoise
NASA knows my idea.
Lore. I feel sorry for Turquoise Lore. I can't really say it because she changed her name because a certain person has
Wow.
I remember she changed her name. Yeah,
tarnished
just recently.
her name. It's very recent.
That's really
so
funny.
my condolences on your name, Turquoise Lau.
After
Actually,
the
that's pretty
chat
cool,
for
though. Wow.
Turquoise's name. F in the chat, please. Thank you.
Actually, wow.
I heard recently for non sequitur stuff. I heard that Kyle got a one-on-one with a judge.
Again, people don't tell me these things. I know that Jason had a one-on-one with the judge, supposedly. And yeah, and wait, I didn't know this. I found this out. I had no idea. Again, I don't watch a lot of this stuff, so it comes to me piecemeal. But apparently, I had been going around claiming that I had talked to the judge. I'm like, really? Where did this happen? On what platform is this? On what channel is this? Because I have no idea what the hell that came from.
Inkboy45 says, I'm so narcissistic that I kiss myself first thing in the morning. Aww. Sleep with a
that's kind of actually
under
nice,
the
actually. Yeah, that's like reassurance, though. That's not narcissism. That's just, self-love and,
So, self-love is very important. You should give yourself a hug every morning and tell yourself that you're okay, that you're gonna have a good day, things are gonna go well, and you're gonna do your best. And try to not be a dick about it, though.
Did you see that one meme that where the guy has he's kissing like this and he has a hoodie sweater? Yeah, and it's half there and it's empty, but he has a half on, so he looks like he's actually kissed somebody. I think that's ingenious. I actually got one of those.
There's some really cool art photography tricks that I've seen just browsing that, oh my god, they're brilliant. I saw one yesterday that was a dude doing a magic trick and he's got this bucket on his head and it's got like a bucket on the inside that spins around. It's got a hole in it. And so he can squeeze the thing and the inside bucket spins around. So it disappears and then his face comes in through the window and then it disappears and he's turning his head. And so while the bucket turns the other way, he turns it back. So it looks like his head is spinning around in a circle. I was like, that was pretty cool. That was a good trick.
Yeah, I'm really kind of jealous or envious, I guess the word is envious. Jealousy is when you're afraid you're going to lose something. Envious is when you want something somebody else has. I'm really envious when people have so much creativity. I see all the stuff that people make and they create, and I'm like, man, to have a fraction of that much talent, because they make some pretty ingenious stuff, like that Paula White video. I mean, people made some pretty good videos about it. Don't get me wrong, but the one where it was set to the Eminem rap with the cat, that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I must have watched that thing a dozen times.
Some of them are so good. Are we going to talk about the irony of having the spiritual advisor to the president in Christianity being a woman? That's not supposed to be a thing. Like, if that didn't tip you off that he's not following the rules of Christianity, I don't know what would.
Yeah, the woman's not supposed to preach, but she's evangelical, and evangelicals can do what they want. They don't have to abide by that, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, hey, the angels are coming from Africa. The angels are coming from Africa. Yeah, look, she doesn't really say, right?
I have so many questions. What were they doing in Africa? Are they from Africa initially? Are they African angels? But also, is there going to be anything that goes wrong in Africa because they're too busy dealing with whatever things are going on in the United States?
Yeah, I mean, they got to leave some angels back behind just in case, right? I mean, Africa's a big place. I don't know if people realize how big Africa is. You take Texas, the state of Texas. Texas barely. It's like super small compared to Africa.
Is it some of them? Is it like more than 2? I mean, there's a non-zero number of counters. So is there a non-zero number of angels?
But was she naming angels when she was like doing her like talking in tongues stuff? Because normally angels are like Adonai or not Adonai, like was Michael and Raphael and Ezekiel. I don't know. The name is EL, right?
Don't forget the archangel Uriel.
Uriel,
right?
Yeah. Hey, Uriel's gonna be back on Lucifer. But she's like Rika, Santa, Boca, Naka, Waka, Laka, Shaka, Waka, Baka, Naka, Baka, Dicky. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay. Ding dong.
But people were trolling her because they were like, oh, she's doing dark magic, dark, so
she's a witch.
She's a witch. Burn the witch.
If she weighs as much as duck,
now let me ask you this:
made of wood, therefore a witch. Burn the witch.
Timo. Sorry, Timo in the chat said the angels are coming for Africa. Close the borders. Don't let them take American angels' jobs.
Put up the wall. Build the wall. The angelic wall. Now I had heard this, and I don't know if it's true or not. So maybe somebody might have looked it up because I didn't give a crap. I didn't care. But somebody had actually even said that I guess the speech that Paula White was doing, I don't know what it was called, a prayer, whatever she was doing, invocation. That was actually just practice. That was a rehearsal. Was that true?
I have no idea. I don't know.
You got that guy walking in the back reading. He's like pacing back and forth, just reading.
He's the director.
Like nobody in the audience. There's like one African American lady in the front going like this, but other than that, there's like nobody. It was just almost as weirdly quiet as like remember when Kimberly Guilfoyle did her RNC speech, and she's up there and she's like yelling and screaming, and there's no audience because of the pandemic, and so nobody's clapping with her. You write a speech, you expect to have applause and all this other. She had none of that, so her gesticulations and her mannerisms, his boisterous tone just came off as insane. It came off as bizarrely nutty.
Godless Scummer for 2 said the M in MI6 stands for McCrae. Who would have thought?
Hey, that's secret, man. Don't be giving that away.
And Letty is asking for Bull to explain Uriel.
Okay, I'm talking about Dolo the Pilot Man, if anybody hasn't heard of this kid.
I know Dolo the Pilot Man.
Dolo.
The Earth is a Pringle.
Did you presuppose astrology? Did you presuppose astrology? Because if you don't presuppose astrology, you can't come to any conclusion whatsoever.
Astrology?
That's what he says. Astrology.
Dolo the Pilot Man thinks you have to...
astrology?
No, he means astrology. Yeah, he means astrology, like a legit astrology. You presuppose astrology, and he thinks the Earth is wavy like a Pringle.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We have to look up who's who.
We don't make this shit up. We just go with it, okay?
What's your sign? I know it's probably been a long time since a woman asked you that, so don't freak out. But what's your sign?
I'm the sign that doesn't believe in astrology.
I don't care. What's your sign?
No, seriously, that's what the sign is. Astrology. Aquarius. Aquarians are very supposed to be skeptic, and they don't believe in astrology.
I literally don't know them well enough to get your joke. Okay. All right. Do we want to look out the strengths, or do you just want your thing for today?
Sure. No, go for it. Yeah. I mean, what is your sign?
I'm a troll.
You're Canadian. They don't. Yeah.
I'm a goblin. Guess. I am a Cancer. I am a blight on this planet. All right. Okay. Aquarius zodiac sign. Element air. Quality fixed. Color light blue and silver. It matches your hair and your chair.
Hey! Oh my God! It's true. Blue. This is actually blue. It's weird. My camera.
Maybe there's something to this shit.
Right? This is actually getting good. This might actually be true.
Oh, yeah. Day is Saturday. Saturday is your day.
I do like Saturdays.
Uranus and Saturn. Uranus makes sense. I'll buy that.
I like Uranus, yes.
Greatest overall compatibility, Leo and Sagittarius. Your lucky numbers are 4, 7, 11, 22, and 29, and your date range, don't care. Strength.
22 is actually, no, 22. Hang on, 20. Let's go through this. 22 is actually one of my favorite numbers. And let me tell you a true story. I used to live at 22 Lincoln Court in Boyna Park. And when I was finally able to go gamble, I went to Vegas with my family. And I went to the roulette table. And guess what number I picked? $2 on 22. I hit!
Hey.
I hit it. I lost it all after that because roulette sucks.
Well.
But the very first time I played roulette, that's a fun fact. 22, and I hit it for $2. One, I think 48 was it 48, $72, 48 bucks. I think it was, what is it? I don't know. It's like 48 to 1 or something. But
Strengths: progressive, original, independent, humanitarian. Weaknesses: runs from emotional expression, temperamental, uncompromising, and aloof.
I'm telling you, it's legit.
I don't think Steve is that aloof, but I think a lot of people think that Steve is aloof.
I'm pretty uncompromising. I'll give it. Come on.
You are definitely uncompromising, yeah.
Yeah, when you're right, you know you're right, and you hold on to the fact that you're right.
Aquarius likes fun with friends, helping others, fighting for causes, intellectual conversation, a good listener.
I believe. Holy crap! This is like I'm actually going to like read my horoscope daily now. I believe.
We're getting there. We'll get
me. This is evidence.
All this because we brought up Dolo. That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is evidence, people. Well, this is a potpourri show. We're shooting from the hip here, by the way. But if people can help us get some subs while we're doing this, because we're trying to be entertaining, because we have nothing planned besides shooting from the hip and see what we come up with. And we actually planned this. We planned to actually not plan anything.
Yeah, God's auditor said earlier, saying, I just got here, I have no idea what the hell is going on, what is this? And I said, this is what happens. This is what happens when we have a free form and don't have a topic.
Right, we don't have a plan.
We are unconstrained.
We really wanted to see what happened if we just said, screw it, let's just go on and see what happens.
I want to find one with that intro.
I think the show has come really far. Sorry,
what could go wrong?
I want to find that intro in one of his videos, though, because like he's got so many videos, I don't even know which one to pick. Like,
do you want him to come on? I can reach out to him again. He'll come on and talk to Chesh, and Chesh can experience that genius. Look, I got to tell you what, he's a smart guy. I'm not going to front. He actually is a very smart guy.
All I got to say about him is I want some of what he's smoking. Seriously.
Yeah, I know he's creative. He's very creative. He's a wordsmith. I mean, way better than I could hope to ever be. But he just puts it in the wrong.
I'm down to talk to this person that I'm unfamiliar with.
I think he's one of the smartest. Not flat. I put him in a flat Earth because it's Pringle shaped, but if he's probably one of the smartest I've ever met.
Concave.
No, Pringle, wavy.
Pringle,
Earth
like
is
wave.
a wave. Earth is a wave. That's what he said.
I was thinking about the tip Pringle.
Well, yeah. Pringles have
I don't know if he meant like was it Ruffles? Because Ruffles was like
Ruffles.
this, but Pringle.
Ruffles.
Yeah, but Pringle's a negative. Yeah, Pringles have negative.
Yeah, Pringles are the curvy ones. Ruffles are the ridgy ones.
I don't know, but it's chip shaped.
Yeah, Helios for 5 says roulette is one of the games that you can almost guarantee a return on investment as long as the casino doesn't kick you out for gaming the system. Oh,
I disagree. I think it's probably the worst odds.
If I give you
like
$30, if I give you $30, can you make it into $30K for me? Inkboy for 2 said, here is the topic for today: lunar bukkake.
Yeah. Oh, well, that would be Nephilim freeze theory. Yes, we're familiar with that.
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, so Aquarius dislikes limitations, broken promises, being lonely, dull or boring situations.
What am I? I'm not lonely
people
either.
People who disagree with them.
Well, wait, that's a bad thing? I don't think I'm following this anymore. I think you now push me away from it. It doesn't say it's a bad thing.
It just says no. It doesn't say these are negative traits. It says these are your dislikes.
Oh yeah, I just like those things. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't like limitations, broken promises, being lonely, dull or boring situations, and people who disagree with you.
I'm looking at all the above. Wow. I am a true Aquarian. You know what? Let's do bulls. Can we do bulls? Because I'm
okay. Yeah, we can do mine.
Do you want to read the
bull? Okay, do God. Okay, do God.
God is a Gemini.
Okay, what are you?
Way. I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. I'll give you guys the site that I'm using when we're done. Okay. Your
I'll
element is also
accurate.
air.
I'm air. Okay.
Okay. Quality mutable. Colors are light green and yellow. Your day is Wednesday. Your ruler is Mercury. That's pretty good. Greatest over compatibility is Sagittarius and Aquarius, and your lucky numbers are 5, 7, 14, and 23. Steve, do you want to get the super chat?
God's Auditor for $2. Was rubbing in the fact that he had some scotch the other day that I don't have any more of. But God's Auditor says, topic, why I hate Steve Gutenberg's movie career.
That's funny. All right.
Strengths. Gentle, affectionate, curious, adaptable, ability to learn quickly, and exchange ideas. That's pretty cool. I think
it's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Weaknesses. Nervous, inconsistent, and indecisive.
I'm not really sure about that. See what I did there?
Yeah. Maybe nervous. Maybe undecisive, yeah. But, a little bit.
I might, yeah. I don't know about inconsistent, but
okay.
No, I don't think inconsistent, but
I have pulled up.
Decisive, maybe.
I have pulled up a Dolo video, and I'm not going to show the video because it's just him in a room. It's not really interesting. But this intro, Cheshire, listen to this introduction, how he introduces himself, and the rest of the chat. Everybody else should hear this too. So.
Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You know, listen to the man of that chase move. I'm the archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities.
That's his introduction.
Trust me, if you can understand half the shit he says, you're a genius too. Because I have respect for the guy. I really do, massive. But he's got a huge following too. I mean, the dude is seriously got a massive following.
He's got. Like, right now, his channel has 114,000 subscribers.
Yeah. He thinks he's like the divine angel of Uriel.
I rendered Cheshire speechless. I win the internet today.
You've never listened to Dolo before?
I have like 3 responses to this, and I don't think I want to say any of them out loud.
So you've never heard it before?
No, I've never heard of this person.
Well, you've got a pet project now. I'll get him on if you want to talk
Apparently.
to him. I'll reach out to him. He'll come back on.
Go for it. I'll watch some of his videos and
I think he'd rather talk. I think he'd rather talk to you than Skylar anyway. But yeah.
But the thing with Dolo is you got to remember when he comes over, he has like a whole bunch of his followers come over, and they're not too bright. He's smart,
right? But they're very defensive of him too.
Oh yeah,
he sounded like. I was trying to think of a good word, and the word I think is like, you know, when people do like when they're listening to jazz music and they do scat.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and he.
That's what he sounded like.
He's got great flow.
He does. He's very creative. He got great flow, and he's smart. He just
Please tell me,
misdirected.
Does he make like Christian jazz jive rap or something? Because that would be amazing.
He does do some kind of music. I'm not sure if it's
like spoken word shit.
I'm sure it's rap.
That'd be so cool.
I don't know, but I can tell you that he's like legit 24/7 high. Like just like never not high. He's sleeping. He's getting high.
Actually, do that. I don't know if I could give you 10K on that, but can you work in lower numbers? I'm poor. I can get to that number, but I'll foot the bill.
He thinks he is the archangel Uriel.
Like, that's why I came up because we were talking about archangel names, and I was like, "There's Uriel."
Yeah, he is the archangel Uriel. Back come to Earth.
Yeah.
I'm down. I would be honored and humbled if an archangel would be willing to speak with me. Whether they are or not is irrelevant. The fact that they're willing to speak to me while thinking that they are an archangel is humbling.
Yes.
And I actually mean that.
What I can arrange.
That's real.
Yeah, I'll see what I can arrange.
Oh, Letty said he sent me a short video of his like a year ago. I do not remember. I'm sorry. Usually I'm pretty good at these things. I might remember the video if I watched it again, but I... Okay, Gemini likes music, books, magazines, chats with nearly anyone, short trips around the town.
That's me.
Yeah. Gemini dislikes.
What are you doing, Steve?
I'm
Product placement.
just in case they're watching. I love these.
Quinoa.
Please.
Okay, got it.
Sponsor
I'm
us.
telling you, you guys don't even know.
Sponsor. You have any idea? Like, I would probably like lose my mind if we actually got a legit sponsor. I would flip my lid. Okay, Gemini dislikes being alone, being confined, repetition and routine.
You can't say the repetition and routine about me. I gotta have it. Like, I do. But that's because I'm autistic, so that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, change is not good for him.
No.
I wonder if that has an effect on it. So, like, if you are autistic and you fall under Gemini, is there a different one for autistic Gemini? Or should there be? Ones that take those kinds of things into account. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, let me ask you this though. Okay, so by the way, do we have anybody that actually believes in astrology in the live chat? We're not going to make fun of you much, but I'm just curious. Well, besides me, I'm a convert. Yes, as of like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, well, they answer. The horoscope for Gemini is ruins of an ancient Mayan temple got destroyed when contractors wanted to use the bricks for gravel to build a road. You aren't aware of the destructive tendencies that come with a rational approach, but without enough value given to important matters along the way. Show gratitude and I have to keep reading it. Oh, there we go. Show gratitude and get down to the level of detail to fully understand consequences of your actions, words, and choices. Don't waste your time on attempts that don't promise a future.
Sounds like a Deepak Chopra generator.
And then tomorrow...
throw some words together.
Yeah, that made absolutely no sense.
I'm sure they have a program for it. I'm positive. I'll tell you a story after Chesha's done about that.
I mean, if the road was really that necessary, yeah, use the. I don't get it. Maybe I'm too pragmatic. Do you want tomorrow's horoscope, the weekly horoscope, and/or the monthly horoscope?
I'll take tomorrow's.
Tomorrow, okay. You don't like someone telling you what to do, but opinions and judgment of others may come in handy these days, especially if they come from the heart. In order to reconnect with yourself, meditate, breathe, close your eyes, and feel your best possible solutions. Feel them, Bool. Feel the solutions.
Feel my solutions. You know who we need for this? Like Glover Mommy. Glover Mommy and her New Age Bird Salad of the Day videos. Those are hilarious. It's literally like a 5-minute video.
I can send you it.
Yeah.
It is possible that you have taken on too much weight that you no longer know how to shake off. Seek advice and don't give up on yourself, no matter what.
Squishy.
We didn't read Steve's, though, so let's see Steve's horoscope.
I don't want to know my future.
Well, you only got one.
I want to be made a mystery. All right, go for it.
This is the daily one, though, so it's today. It's not the future. It's now.
Oh, great. So it's only going to be for today. All right.
You would normally have a lot to hope for, but...
This is not... I don't like the way this is going already.
It's already starting shitty. Anyway,
yeah, this is not the way I want to go my day today. I had it kind of mapped out, actually.
If you think about non sequitur, this is just so good.
Okay, I was going to say that's what popped into my head when you read it.
You would normally have a lot to hope for, but there are numerous things that need to be dealt with straight away, and if you cannot really be focused on the future. Be present here and now, allowing change to take place and your life to reshape before proceeding into plans that make you feel good. Invest in a goal, but do so moving only one step at a time. You don't want to rush with so many challenges in all sorts of relationships in your life.
That's like my daily thing. That's just like a standing order with me. So I don't know how today's different from any other day.
If the standing order is you usually have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, right. Now, do you guys? Inkboy says for €2. Feel your solutions. I think this is euro. Feel your solutions sound like drink your alcohol. Feel your solutions sounds like drink your alcohol. That might be true. Yeah, feel your solutions.
Drink your alcohol. What's the difference?
Alcohol, solutions, spirit. So, do you remember the story about the teacher that had quote developed a computer program to come up with horoscopes, and he wanted to test the accuracy of them. So, I think let's say like 30 students, and so he asked his students, if you give me your date of birth, your name, and the time you were born, I'll create a custom horoscope thing, and you can tell me the accuracy. Then I can feed that back in the algorithm and do it like a neuro-linguistic programming type thing, and get the computer to do better. Okay, all right. So he got all the information from the students, and he plugged and chugged and he gave them all back their horoscopes, and he had them all rated, and it did really well. In fact, most of them got they all rated it very high, like 80-90% accuracy. What do you think the catch was?
They all got the same one.
There you go.
Yeah, I like riddles. I would actually be interested, because I'd be willing to bet that with how advanced AI and computer learning is, that if you were to have a computer predict one person, just one person, and feed that information back about what was right and what was wrong, and you were to do that for a year, I bet you that computer will get pretty goddamn accurate about what you're doing, what to do, and then I bet you it would do a pretty good job of giving you options. So,
well, haven't you seen God Friended Me? That's kind of the basis for that. God Friended Me.
Oh no, I don't know that one. What's that?
You didn't watch God Friended Me? Is that the atheist podcaster that gets a tweet from, or gets a Facebook request from God? You don't watch that show? I mean, it's over now. I mean, it's got canceled, but at least they ended it halfway decently. Oh, check it out! It's a good show, actually. I really thought it was a really, really good show. It's called God Friended Me, but he's an atheist podcaster whose dad's a minister, and then he gets a friend's request from God, and it tells him, he needs to help this person, and so every episode, it's kind of like what was that? What was the show with the angels? Heaven. The show where the angel comes down, he helps people. Heaven something or other. Heaven Sent. It was an old '80s show.
What are you talking about? Seventh Heaven?
By an angel?
No.
Or the one with Michael Landon.
Michael Landon. Yeah, Michael Landon. Not
Touched
Touched
by an Angel.
That was a good show too. No. Michael Landon played an angel.
It's
Highway to Heaven. That's it.
Highway to Heaven is the name of the show.
Oh, I don't know that one either.
That was a really, really good show, by the way. But
I'm Canadian and 17. I don't know these things.
They don't watch TV up there.
She probably doesn't even know who Michael Landon is.
You don't know who Little House on the Prairie, Chess? You didn't watch that growing up?
No.
Do you know what it is?
Clue. She has no clue what we're talking about.
I do know what it is. I know what.
I was gonna say we really can't be friends if you don't know Little House on the Prairie.
Listen, if she didn't have to pick from one of these 3 starter Pokemon, she was too young for you.
Man. Yeah, that was almost a deal breaker there, man.
I know what that show is. I didn't watch that one, but I am familiar with that one. And I think some of the shows that you guys mentioned just weren't syndicated up here.
I like Touched by an Angel too. I thought that was really good. That was Della Reese.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. She passed, didn't she?
Yeah.
I got a horoscope.
I'm
going to quote Weird Al Yankovic. I predict you'll wake up, do a bunch of stuff, and go back to sleep. That's my prediction.
You want to know? You want to know another fun fact?
Where you put your body when you're not using it.
Since this is potpourri, I'll tell you a fun fact. In 7th grade, I had a kid in my class. His name was Darren Matoba, and he had brought in a demo tape from his cousin, and it was called Mr. Frog's Iron Lung. And Mr. Frog's Iron Lung, and we laughed our ass off, and we're like, "This guy is freaking hilarious." Come to find out, years later, I mean, Mr. Frog's Iron Lung was the first demo tape that Will Yankovic had, who was his cousin on Dr. Demento.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, there's Citizen Zone. Yeah, we got you wrong the other day. We saw Citizen Z and thought it was you, and we're like, why is DeFango being like this? But it wasn't
yeah,
you,
I was like,
and we're happy
it says
that
he has
it wasn't you, so sorry we got that wrong.
Hey, DeFango, I'm so happy you didn't become a flat earther, because Citizen Z is a flat earther.
Yeah,
and I was like, is he gotten full flat earth? I mean, each his own, but
that wasn't him? Okay, good.
I know this
No, it
now.
wasn't
Yes. It wasn't him.
we found it. Somebody was nice enough to update us and tell us who it was, and so luckily we were wrong, and we're happy about that. Yay!
Yeah. Yes.
We were worried. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, they went by
wooden
Citizen Z.
toad.
and
Was it Mr.
It's
Frump's Iron?
probably-
Maybe, yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Maybe Mr. Frump's Iron Lung. Yeah. I thought it was Mr. Frog's. Was it Mr. Frump's? But he was a frog, right?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Mr. Frump's Iron Lung, but he was a frog, I think. I don't know. This was again. I was in 7th grade, dude. Okay, so that was the
Okay,
song's
do you guys
name,
wanna
Mr. Frump's
hear-
Iron Lung.
I don't know.
I don't know. Do you want to hear the Cancer one?
This is yours, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we got to go through it and see if it's accurate.
Yeah. Okay. Element, water. Quality, cardinal. Color, white. Hey! Yeah, my
Starting
shirt.
off good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
Day,
virginal,
Monday
so that
and
matches.
Thursday. Yeah. Monday and Thursday. All right. Ruler, moon. Oh, I got the moon. Ah, hell yeah. I'll take Ilya. Ilya, will you be my ruler?
I can be your hero, baby.
Greatest overall compatibility, Capricorn and Taurus. Lucky numbers are 2, 3, 15, and 20. All right. The date range, whatever. Cancer traits. Strengths, tenacious, highly imaginative, loyal, emotional, sympathetic, persuasive. I'm pretty tenacious. I'm pretty imaginative. Emotional, not so much. I am very empathetic, but I'm not very sympathetic. But that's just like, people get those two confused all the time.
We're gonna rate that pretty high, though. We're gonna go with accuracy.
Yeah, I
right?
think so. Weakness, moody, pessimistic, suspicious, manipulative, and insecure.
Goblin.
Manipulate.
You're
I'm
not
not
insecure,
insecure,
though.
though.
Yeah, you're not insecure.
I'm not
Yeah,
insecure,
that's
and I'm not
definitely not
terribly...
insecure.
I have been a little bit moody lately. I've been a little bit
I've
moody.
seen you
Maybe
moody.
Ooh.
I've seen you moody.
Pessimistic? I guess, yeah. Suspicious? I'm definitely suspicious of everybody all the time.
I wouldn't say pessimistic. I would call it more just being a realist.
Which is nowadays
I
being
think so.
pessimistic.
Right.
Nowadays,
Right.
pessimistic
It's
is
not
now
my
the new realist. Yeah. You blame us?
Cancer likes art, home-based hobbies, relaxing near or in water. I do like that. I love swimming. Helping loved ones, a good meal with friends. Was I not, before we went live, just talking about how if you want me to love you forever, feed me?
Just send you food.
It's all about the food, man. I'm telling you, if you're a big towel or if you're a MRA guy and you want to score with her, make her like a homemade freaking lasagna or something, and
Oh
You're
my
gonna get some,
god,
man.
if somebody sent me a homemade lasagna, holy
3
shit.
cheese with meat and ricotta.
Oh my god.
Imagine
Listen, I'd be
Some
happy
nice
if somebody
baked
sent me
feta layered in there.
feta. Oh shit! I will put out for that. I'm okay with that. Just send me that kind of lasagna, and I'm all yours for eternity, man.
Are you trying to hit on my mom? My mom makes really good lasagna.
Hey, I like your mom, but your mom's already taken. But if she can make lasagna, we might be able to work out a deal.
Ooh, she makes really good lasagna.
Your mom is one of the coolest moms around. She is like legit. How did you get such a cool mom, by the way? Was it planned or
practice?
You've trained her well.
we had a little bit of a rough time growing up some days, so it's been a lot of learning how to communicate with each other and learning each other's boundaries and treating each other, learning how to communicate with each other. And I think that has probably been the greatest thing between the two of us, and it's definitely
cool.
both-sided. Yeah, listen, your parents are people. Treat your parents as people. They're not demagogues, whatever. They're whatever. They're people. And so when you can recognize that your parents are people, it helps make great strides towards learning that they need to be communicated to. They have their things, they have their flaws, they have their things that they're really good at, and they have things that they're going to have weaknesses, and that you do too. And you can find a common ground based on some of those flaws being shared because you live together.
By the way, Lenny Lumo has a brilliant idea that you should actually run with. It is called he's calling it teaching cooking to incels. If you could do a cooking show to teach incels how to cook,
they might get laid.
I'm telling you, if you know how to cook, look, either learn how to play the guitar, learn how to cook, or learn how to do cunnilingus like a pro, and you're going to score better. Helios 575. Because the third one, you probably need the first two to get that far. Just saying. Helios 575, $2. Tater tot hot dish is superior to lasagna. No. Really? Tater tot? Now look, I don't mind a good tater tot. I make tater tots and I put cheddar cheese on it.
Depends
I'll
on
bake it for a little while.
Because poutine or lasagna.
I'm wondering if a tater tot hot dish is different than just tater tots on a pan.
I don't know.
The way I make beginner level, a member.
Yep.
Thank
you, WizBiz.
Thank you, WizBiz.
Thank you, Wiz. I appreciate it, man. Wiz is awesome. Go follow him on Twitter.
We're supposed to be doing a sub drive. Subscribe!
I know! We haven't really done anything. I don't even know how to shill. I'm really sucking at getting subs. I don't even know how to go about doing it. Let me tell you about real quick, let me just tell you how to make it. So the tater tots, right? So usually I get the seasoned ones, and I'll just bake them in the oven, and about 5 minutes before they're done, just put cheddar cheese on top of them, and let it just get that nice.
Mom makes. God's auditor said macaroni is superior to lasagna. Okay, so here's the thing. There are 3 comfort food meals that my mom makes that I absolutely love. Macaroni and cheese, lasagna,
yummy,
broccoli soup. Holy balls, her broccoli soup.
Broccoli soup is good. I like broccoli soup.
What is so special about the broccoli soup?
I think she puts cocaine in it.
Okay, I'd like that too.
It'd be really good.
I don't know. It's really good. The way she makes it is, I think it's because she uses like 3 different kinds of cheese. But oh my god, is it really good?
So I would say a cheddar, a Muntz,
God's auditor did not say macaroni, but I'm not fixing it. I'm standing by that.
He said manicotti.
This is hilarious. I just saw this on Twitter. Sean Hufford.
Show it on screen, Boo.
Sean Hufford is going. Well, this is me shilling for Sean. He's going to be going over one of Rock's recent streams where he claimed that, he had this conference with a judge. He's going to entitle his video, The Lion, the Twitch, and the Yard Gnome. I love it.
He already told me that this morning.
The Lion, the Twitch, and the Yard Gnome.
Yeah. He told me that was his name. It's cute.
this idea about teaching incels how to cook is actually not a terrible idea, only because I think it would help improve their own personal life. Knowing how to cook for yourself and knowing how to grocery shop and like know when and how to treat yourself to good food is so paramount to like just being happy in your living situation, I think.
See, I'm not a cook.
They aren't necessarily incels. I want to work with Ben.
I'm not a cook, right? I make my own food and stuff like that.
I'm not a cook either.
But I'm not going to make a meal for anybody, right? You've seen me cook. I mean, I'll show you. Hey, look, I made this chicken. You know, I made this little saffron dish, whatever. It's just simple shit, right? Nothing complex.
But the cooking doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the quicker it is for me, the better. Like seriously, I don't want to spend 2 hours putting a meal. I'm going to eat in 15 minutes. I don't want to spend 2 hours. I did
have an idea that I shot around in my head back when I was doing stuff on Twitch, was playing League of Legends and showing people how you can cook a meal, like a decent meal, during queue time. So I'm like, I'm sitting here waiting for the thing to pop. Let me show you what food I can make in the amount of time that it takes the queue to pop. So it's just like activities you can do while you're gaming, while you're in between things. Okay.
Yeah.
Cancer dislikes. Strangers.
Do we have a super chat?
Oh, got that order for 2. Use sodium citrate in your mac and cheese.
Citrate.
Game changer. Oh, citrate? Oh, citrate, sorry. I said it with an I.
Sodium citrate.
Or an orange-based salt.
I know.
Sounds yummy.
Use it. Yeah. I've never had it. Add weed to all of your dishes. Cancer dislike. Strangers, any criticism of mom, revealing of personal life. Yeah, yes. I don't put out a whole ton of information about my personal life. I mean, I'm also not terribly opposed to it if people ask. I just don't go out of my way to tell people. I mean, people know I have a dog. People know I live by myself. People have seen my apartment. But, I mean, I guess. Whatever. Cancer dislikes chemo radiotherapy. Alright. What's my horoscope for today? Okay, it would be so nice to find the point of peace within close relationships, but there is too much tension that has been building up, possibly for generations before you. Some ties will be stronger than others today, and you have a task to recognize what is truly yours and what is too much to carry on your shoulders. Pressures felt go deeper than you first thought. Meditate and spend time in silence to understand the message that your heart is trying to send out.
Nice.
Now I must sit in silence for the rest of the show and
just contemplate.
Shut up.
Okay, so let's say people might actually know this or not. I'll be like just a pop quiz. There's 5 main types of flavors. Can you name those 5? And then which do you guys like?
You asked us this before, and I've already forgotten.
I didn't know. No, I asked you the 5. No, I did not. I asked the 5 mother sauces like bechamel and right. That's the 5 mother sauces. No, this is a different question. This is the 5 flavor profiles. I can start you off with one of them and give you a hint. You know, sweet is like one of them. Okay, sweet,
salt, sour,
salt,
bitter.
Sweet, salt, sour, bitter. What you get? Sweet, salt, sour, bitter, and there's one more. Anybody know what it is? Oh, hey, Der Skelter got it right. Unami, yes, very good. That's
what is unami?
Pro. It is kind of a combination. It is like a very meaty type flavor.
So it tastes like thick.
It tastes thick.
Yeah, you use it in various kind of broths and stuff like that. Yes.
Oh,
They
bacon
take-
equals naughty.
I watch a
Bacon
lot of
was
cooking
like-
shows. Like I said, I don't cook, but I watch. I watch every episode of Hell's Kitchen. I watch MasterChef. I watch, Top Chef. I watch all this stuff. I learned a lot about cooking, even though I don't know how the hell to do it properly. But I like to eat. I can go to a restaurant and tell you if the food is really good or not. Right? I can say, oh, what's even in it. My palate's actually not bad since I quit smoking 5 years ago. But I couldn't cook it if my life depended on it.
TV Lane said the message told me what the message my heart was trying to send is, and it's my inner meaning is to own 95% of the earth.
By the way, Gary, savory is not really a flavor profile. You have savory, you have rustic. Those are not the flavor profiles, but those are the types of dishes, right? A rustic would be like potatoes and kind of earthy and very simplistic, rather than the French cuisine, which would be the more culinary type of presentation, and they add all this shit for the French cuisine. But yeah, so I like sweet, savory. I like comfort food. Love comfort food.
Pierogies.
If I go and make chicken, most people think, okay, you're either gonna have a baked or a fried chicken. But if I say poulet rouge, even though it's just basically a fried chicken with red sauce on it, that's from France, but it sounds better.
Well, I mean, what is it? A mouche-bouche, is French, and all it means is a small bite of something.
Yes, a mouche-bouche.
And a mouche-bouche. Yeah.
Pierogies. Okay, I make mean pierogies, and they don't take a lot of time to make. And there's a couple of different ways you can do it, depending on how quickly you want your food to be made. And it also depends on whether or not you've got your pierogies frozen or not. So if you've already got them not frozen, then all you have to do is take a pack of bacon, open the pack of bacon, wrap all of the pierogies in bacon, place them in the pan, slap some fucking butter in there, and throw that shit in the oven. When it's about halfway done, take it out, put onions and salt in it and garlic, and put it back in. And then it takes like 30 minutes. And it's basically something you can just do while you're playing a game of like League of Legends. You put it in the oven. You make it and put it in the oven during queue time. You play a game. You take it out of the oven, add stuff, put it back in during your next queue time. You play another game and you take it out and it's done. And of course, put shredded cheese on top, because why wouldn't you put cheese on top?
Cheese goes with everything. Cheese is like the quintessential ingredient for like the 90% of the shit that I make.
When I make mac and cheese, I like, so I don't buy boxed mac and cheese but I like putting sour cream in it, or not sour cream, sorry, cream cheese.
Can you make gnocchi?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's okay. So you take potatoes, and you take a flour, and then you take an egg, and you make it into a dough, and then you kind of roll it up, and then you cut it, and then you put like butter or olive oil or chives or whatever on it.
Sounds like you're making croissant dough.
It's a dough. It's obviously a dough, but usually a deep fry it for like a minute or two. Yeah.
You guys,
I have cream cheese. Somebody said cream cheese, Mr. Serious. I actually have cream cheese that I got the other day because I hadn't had it for so long, and I got for real life English muffins. Do you know how good English muffins and cream cheese is?
Speaking of flaky crusted things, you guys ever had spanakopita?
Nope.
Is that
That's
is that Greek?
It's
Greek,
Greek.
yeah.
They're like pierogies, and they're basically finger food, and they're filled with spinach and cheese.
Mm-hmm. I actually had those, and I'll tell you what I actually had it at. If you're going to Las Vegas up the what is the I-15 corridor or I-5, whatever one goes up to Vegas, people may recognize there's a very kind of famous Greek restaurant that's on the way up there that has all this amazing Greek food. So if you've ever driven to Vegas from like LA to Vegas, you pretty much have to go by this Greek restaurant. It's actually on the way back, but I don't know the name of it. My God, is it so good? They had gyros too.
My Discord is just having an entirely different conversation right now, and it's hilarious.
Somebody asked me if I had a bar mitzvah. I did not have a bar mitzvah. However, my neighbors had a bar mitzvah. And the food there, the best. In fact, I'll tell you the truth. Cheshire the other day was eating a bagels and cream cheese, and I told her, you got to put some lox on there. She thought it was crazy. I was like, no, I'm telling you, that's the lox, cream cheese, and bagel. Mwah.
And then the secularist brings up Spätzle. Brings up Spätzle.
The Mad Greek, is that what it's called? Yeah, the Mad Greek. Is that what it's called, Gary? Gary, he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that place is the bomb, dude.
What's the So, all right, for those of you who are old enough to drink alcohol, if you're not old enough to drink alcohol, why are you watching this? But for those of you who like that really warm burn that you get, like the nice burn, not the burn, the nice like warm down the gullet. So what I used to do, I haven't done it in a long time, is you take a clove of garlic, you eat the clove of garlic, munch on it for a little bit, and then when you swallow it, take a shot of spiced rum. Oh, it's just like you feel it all the way down. I will also just eat a clove of garlic. So, I mean, if you're not the type of person who's going to be able to eat a clove of garlic.
Who wants to eat a clove of garlic? You don't eat a clove of garlic. No, that's... Well, I love garlic too, but not a whole clove of it. I mean, you take a clove of garlic, you press it, right? And then you can chop it up a little bit, and I don't mind kind of roasting that. Like, I like roast garlic. But
when I'm cutting up cloves of garlic to put in my food,
I will eat one of them.
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
Not my thing.
So good. I put garlic.
I guess roasted garlic is the bomb. I'm getting a cooking show, by the way. I'm telling you, Potpourri goes everywhere.
Yeah. We need Ben. I need Ben to get his stuff together, so that way we can do a cooking show together, because that'd be super cool.
Yeah, well, hit him up. I'm sure he'd like to do it.
We'll let him pick, and then he'll teach me how to cook it. Or I'll teach him how to cook something, and then he'll show his, and I'll show mine, and we'll see how it went.
Yeah, Baker. Yes, is it in Baker, California, on the way to Vegas? I don't know. The last time I went to Vegas was, oh my god, 6 years ago or so. It was when I first moved down from where I used to live. I had met a girl on a dating site, and we went out a few times, but just kind of. Dated for a little while, but it wasn't anything serious. But she calls me up out of the blue one time, like months later, and she's like, hey, I'm at the Bellagio, and I was supposed to meet a guy here, but he stood me up. You want to come up here? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I flew up there, and we spent the weekend at Bellagio and drove back and had Greek food. So that was like 6 years ago. I still talk to her every so often, by the way, but she actually lives 2 miles from me now.
My Discord is having a conversation about what counts as being a furry.
Your Discord?
Yes. They're having a conversation about what constitutes being a furry and the alignment charts of furries. It's actually a really interesting conversation. Okay, so would you be okay with ears?
I don't do the whole. I don't do.
You wouldn't be okay with like foxy or cat ears?
I have
whatever your
I have no kink either way.
So you're not against it?
No, I don't give a shit. I mean, you're talking about actual ears, or you're talking about like a headband with fake ears, or somebody that's like actually like
both.
Yeah, I'm not into the animal thing. No.
What about
if it's just a cosplay? Well, if it's a cosplay thing, maybe.
A little taily tail.
Again, cosplay?
Sure. Whatever.
I don't. Honestly, I never really gave it much consideration.
Okay. Steve is like super not a furry at all.
No. Is anybody surprised by this? Like, really?
I don't have any.
Let me guess. Do you have a furry outfit?
No.
You want one?
Sure.
You already got one.
I'll wear it on stream.
See?
I got a onesie. Yeah, does my Eeyore onesie count? I don't think that counts.
I don't think it counts. No, that doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay, so the Eeyore onesie doesn't count. I do not have any ears, so I need ears, and I don't have.
Oh,
like,
would
an
you do the
outfit
furry
for it.
thing?
I would absolutely. I'll put on a little makeup and give myself a little nose.
What would I go as? A gorilla? Jesus Christ!
Exactly. A baboon.
6'2",
Oh, so it depends on whether or not
260
you do
pounds.
full. It depends on whether or not you're going to do the full mascot. Oh, what? Yeah. What about otherkin? So, like the Navi. Would you be down? Would you be down for a Navi?
I have yet to figure out how otherkin is. I know what dragonkin is.
Otherkin are like, oh, we're not any of these things.
If I had my beard, I would not be a furry. That doesn't work that way, Wiz.
Is the Navi like from Avatar? Isn't that what they called those
Yeah.
things?
Yeah. The blue
Why-
people. The blue.
I don't want
Blue
to.
people.
I don't want to date a blue chick that's 5 times bigger than me. Not interested. Sorry.
With a giant tail.
There's a big
She can
giant
whip you with
tail
that shit.
that connects to my head
Oh.
so that I can have
Oh,
sex.
wait a
with her.
minute.
No.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear you're a colorist?
Whoa!
No.
Whoa. Well,
I-
date blue people. Okay.
I won't.
Oh.
Does not date blue people. Doesn't make me a color apologist. I just don't want
A color apologist.
Apologist.
You mean not being sexually attracted to a particular trait doesn't mean
Right.
you
I am
hate
not
people
sexually
with that?
attracted
doesn't,
to blue
yeah.
people. Doesn't mean I'm
Mhm.
against blue people's rights
Well,
or anything
what-
like that.
Actually, if you were, it probably means that they're hypoxia and probably starving for oxygen or might be dead. So,
Okay,
just
so
saying.
I would rather date Navi from Legend of Zelda than I would one of the Navi from Avatar.
Now, Navi's like the Zelda dude with the ears, the elf dude, right?
Oh no.
Nope.
What?
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's Link. That's
All
Link.
right.
That's Link. That's
There
Link.
you go. Okay, yeah.
No.
All right, all right. Yes.
Right. Yes. Link is the boy that you play as in the game. Zelda is the girl. Navi in Ocarina of Time, and she's the little, hey, listen, Link, hey, look. The little fairy with the wings that follows you around. She's just a little orbital fucking light.
Yeah, I never liked her. She was annoying in that series. I only played like
I
a little
never
bit of the game. That was the thing I
For
played.
Ghoul, though, if he's not for blue people. Have you ever been to a Blue Man's Group show?
Actually, I have, and I did
Who
enjoy
could
it.
afford that? I love the blue.
I've been-
My
Don't get me wrong, I think they're
my
brilliant.
roommate used to work in Universal Studios Florida, and they have a Blue Man show every day.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, they're very talented.
Tracy is bullying me again.
Death to
I-
Smurfs.
I haven't been to
Color
Universal
Riker
Studios
Brothers.
since a kid.
Yeah. They got a lot of stuff there.
So if you're not into Navi from The Legend of Zelda, what about Tinkerbell? Particularly Tinkerbell played by Julia
She's like
Roberts.
that big. I wasn't a big
Not
Julia
when
Roberts
she
fan.
wanted to be in love and wished herself normal-sized, human-sized.
She's
normal
still
size.
annoying. Julia Roberts, I'm sorry. She's annoying. I don't know. She grates on me for some reason.
Here, folks. Steve
Yeah,
is
I'm not
sexually
into that. Nope.
I liked her hair in that movie. The short little pixie cut was like,
I like the pixie cuts. Yeah, that'll give
Yeah.
me. Okay.
I just like the movie Hook. I think that's an awesome movie. It's a good take on Peter Pan.
yes, I really liked that. Your pal said, Steve, I would love to hear Chesh and you talk about various epistemological frameworks sometime and why you prefer classical foundationalism over coherentism
Okay.
and what?
Foundierism.
Oh,
It's a
sorry.
combination.
Yeah.
It's not really a combination of
I'm
foundationalism.
correcting the way I
Coherentism.
pronounce something.
Yeah. So yeah, I would love to get Chestar's views on it. What do you think?
I don't know what any of those words mean.
I've actually had those. Your pal. I've actually you've probably seen. I've actually have those discussions before, but we'll another time. I do tend to classical foundationism. It's only because I think it's just victorially easier. I do find that the coherentism model works. I've read the Raft and the Pyramid by Sosa. I got through about half of it 3 times. The second half, can't make it in. It's just beyond my comprehension. That level of writing from Sosa is beyond my abilities. It's quite complicated. But the first half, the Raft and the Pyramid, especially when you're dealing with particularism versus Methodism, as far as what we know about what we believe, he makes a lot of sense. Would you agree? There's my little diatribe. See, and I didn't prepare for this. This is like potpourri. I like saying that word, by the way.
The entirety of my brain for the entirety of that time was just shouting Rufio, Rufio, Rufio.
People don't realize I actually read every so often. I know it's pretty scary. Yeah, I'll tell you another true story. Just recently on Facebook, I'm in these groups. Ones I haven't been kicked out yet on Facebook, right? Which is far and few between. But there's a couple that I just in. And so I had asked a question. Because you know me, it's my sandbox. I'm not trolling. I really am serious by what I write in there. But I mean, the people are so damn stupid. I have to treat them as if they're idiots. Because I have no. I don't suffer fools like that. Rather, I have no time for fools. Well, I just don't deal with them. So
just posted because I got a kick out of that.
Well, that came from one of the groups, a public group. So it wasn't a private group. It was a public group, so I can share it. But it was hilarious because I had asked, what's the last paper you read on epistemology? If you're an atheist, especially, I want to know what paper have you read on atheism? And I swear to motherfucking God himself, if he exists or does not exist, not a single atheist in that entire fucking community of 16,000 freaking people had ever read a paper about atheism telling me that I don't know about atheism.
I'm going to send Bill a picture to put up.
I was legit flabbergasted because I'm thinking to myself, look, if this was biology and you're telling people about biology and you've never even read a paper or book or anything on biology whatsoever, and you're like, well, biology is, evolution just means change. Theory is just a guess. If you're pulling those kind of things out your ass like a creationist would, what's the difference? Because I'm like, wait a minute. So wait, you in science, you think papers are matter, and you read a paper, and you always want like theists to produce papers. Okay, why haven't you read any atheist papers? And every one of them was like, well, there's no papers on atheism. I'm like, what?
What?
I was like, look, as I go to Google Scholar. Yeah, as I go to Google Scholar, type in the word atheist, you can find Oppie, Draper, McCormick, Rowe, Blackwell.
No, I got one. I'll do you one better. Don't go to any of those places. Go read Aaron Ra's blog.
Oh. He's not published on any of these papers. I mean, I'm talking about peer-reviewed papers. Don't read. Yeah, don't. Well, I'm not published either, but I'm not. But at least my blogs. I think my blogs are pretty good. I have the at least I have like the Intrigue Feline who edits them or goes through and kind of checks them for accuracy, and she's really smart. I mean, really smart.
Yeah, and she's bullying me. She sent me pictures. She sent me something though. So, Bull, if you could put that up when you get a chance, I sent them to you.
I don't think I've ever had a blog where I had somebody that actually knew the topic. Go, man, did you screw the pooch on that one?
So yeah, no. If you're interested in that, go and watch. There's a 3-part review of Aaron's blog that I did with Answers and Reason. So I definitely recommend checking that out.
Aaron.
I know. I kind of just feel bad about it. It's not like we're happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, I like Aaron, and that's what sucks. But I mean, at least you know now about why I've been complaining about some of the things he says for so long. It's like, look, you can't. Isn't it dogmatism or tribalism if you basically just throw something out there because Aaron Ross says it, and you just have to agree with him, or else you get kicked out of the club. I mean, that's the way they treat you. Oh well, how dare you? Say Aaron's wrong.
That's the way they treat you, and the way they treat some people. If you're in their clique, you can kind of disagree, but if you're not in their clique, you can't even try to
It's
have
a
the
very light
conversation.
disagreement. Yeah.
Go for it,
you-
Bull. Show us what we got. And
What
Greek
am I
Feline
looking
sent me
at here?
something.
Yeah, what am I looking at? I'm not looking at my oh, good grief.
They got ears.
That's what I would imagine. No, seriously. That's what I would imagine for like Chess if she was on a Twitch stream doing those Twitch girl things. What the hell they called?
A thought? A Twitch
Okay,
thought?
well, let's go with that. No, they have no
Is that
Twitch. What are they called? The Twitch
But wait.
streamers that do that kind of stuff. Are they called
There's
thoughts? I don't.
more. There's more.
I like
Those
the
I
green
like.
ones.
Yeah, I like the
Those
green
are
ones
cool.
too. Yeah, those are actually like.
Yeah. It's Razer though. Razer's expensive as hell, and that's American money. And
I have a Razer
I'm-
mouse. It's actually really good. I have a Razer mouse and I had a Razer headphones, but they broke. These are better, by the way. But Bull helped me get these.
I got super cheap ones right now.
I suggested them, Steve. I had no financial contribution. to
Yeah, no, they're
them.
perfect. And I felt it's weird. I had this one guy who was like, "Hey, Steve, I'll buy you a pair of headphones." Remember, I had the ones that were broken and taped, and I still have them, by the way, for nostalgic purposes. And he's like, "No, I'll buy you headphones." And I was like, "No, I've already got covered." And I didn't need them, right? And he actually got mad. He's I guess ever since he's like, "Well, I offered to buy Steve headphones," and he was just mean about it, and he's like really pissed. I was like, because I already was getting some. I was like, I didn't need an extra pair. I felt bad. I was like, you tried to do the nice thing. It's like you don't want to take advantage of anybody, obviously. And the guy was mad about it. I still don't understand why. I appreciated the gesture.
okay,
I just
hold
didn't
on.
need them.
I'm gonna pull up the thing that they said and send it to Bull so we can show it on screen and read it because it was really funny.
Is that really what they call Twitch thoughts? Is that really a legit thing?
That's like a Potpourri thing, yes. Not every Twitch streamer is a Twitch thought, even if they are a woman. Not necessarily the case.
Do you think if Twitch allowed topless Twitch streamers, they would make more money?
Like Twitch or the streamers?
The Twitch.
Probably.
I mean, like I said, they have really draconian type of policies. I'm just kind of curious. I don't really use Twitch
Yeah,
that
they
much.
changed okay, so women were wearing more and more revealing stuff, and basically the dude streamers complained to Twitch saying that it was unfair, so they changed the rules so women couldn't wear like the same revealing type clothing anymore.
Oh,
It's
so
like,
they're complaining it was unfair
sexist.
competition?
Yeah, pretty much. But this girl's not even good at the game, and like half the time the girl actually was good at the game, but they were like, "I'm too distracted by the titty." No.
I'm trying to think about this for a second. I'm trying to think if they have a legit standing on that, if they actually got a complaint. So,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
because that's an intrinsic quality, right? I mean, it's like, wait a minute, you're telling a woman not to use on intrinsic quality to get ahead in competition. I mean, it's not like she's like cheating. I don't know if I have a problem with that for some reason.
Well,
Because it's not cheating. It's not unfair competition.
Yeah, it was a complaint about fairness. It was bizarre.
I have this tweet thing you sent me or whatever, this conversation.
Yeah, the screenshot. Yeah.
Just screenshot. Should I?
Yeah, go for it. Throw it on up. I'll read it. This
Oh,
is hilarious.
I posted this. I swear to God, this guy, and he's still going at it too. He's still in one of the groups
he's still
there,
going?
and
Oh no.
yeah, it's like he thinks I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I don't know this guy. I've never met the guy before, and he knows nothing, like legit nothing.
He's assuming that you're a religious person who hasn't done any research. That's what he's assuming.
Correct.
So, okay, this guy says, your post is more for you than anything else. I came to the conclusion that God doesn't exist on my own. I didn't need peer reviews or anyone else to influence my decision. Peer review... Oh, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, just go with it. Just don't try to wrap your head around it. The guy's really not bright.
I get the impression that you simply wanted to feel superior to us or to use our answers against us in some way. You were looking for a nah moment. And when I said I didn't read anything, you took that as the moment. You're just a childish person that needs to look down on others with different beliefs. Guess what? I see you as a coward, unable to face real life without a heaven or God crutch. They're referring to
Nailed
Steve,
me.
by the way.
Nailed me right there. Damn it. He pegged me, man. Pegged. This guy's like sharp, right?
He doesn't understand you at all. All right.
I don't think he understands anything that he's talking
I know.
about.
It sounds like one of my exes or something that just didn't get me. But go ahead.
Go back.
Maybe your
one of your
ex-roommate.
exes like IRL or one of your exes online, because you've got some crazy exes online. I'm just
That's true. I got a lot of exes online that I've never dated, but man, they
And
still
then
stalk me
there's-
like I did.
Then there's
Whoa.
such a crazy like your ex-roommate. But yeah.
Go back to scaring and scarring your own loved ones with the fear of eternal damnation. It's not real. I know it isn't, and I didn't need someone else to prove it to me. Can you claim that you actually found religion without any external influence? ? No, you cannot. Keep on being spoon-fed what others want you to believe. Steve's response is totally. Great argument. You have never read a paper on atheism. That's all I wanted to know. I'm just gathering
That's all I was looking for. I was going to do light research. That's all. I wanted a kind of a survey of who's read something on it. I'm like,
oh my god.
This is what I deal with.
Okay.
This is like legit what I deal with.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna break this down a little bit, just briefly. Your post is more for you than anyone else. You were asking for information about whether or not they had read any paperwork on atheism. Sure, then yes, I guess that question is for your own benefit. Sure. Okay. I came to the conclusion that God doesn't exist on my own. I didn't need peer reviews or anyone else to influence my decision. What?
I don't understand how it has anything to do with me asking if you've read a paper on a topic when you're discussing a topic in an atheist-theist group. I mean, it's bizarre to me. And it's like if you don't want to learn about atheism or theism or learn about the arguments, why are you in a group? And atheism, I'm sorry, is a very complex subject, and there's many different types of atheism. I was trying to explain them. There's evidential atheism, there's dosastic atheism, there's epistemic atheism, there's friendly atheism, and I was like, how are you supposed to know what the theist arguments are, like like the argument from contingency or the modal ontological argument or the kalam or whatever argument you want to pick? How do you want to know how to go and defeat them and assail them if you don't understand them? And same thing for a theist. Might want to understand, okay, what's the atheist arguments? The logical problem of evil, the evidential problem of evil, the divine hiddenness, divine liars paradox. These are all arguments that both sides can use in a discussion on these topics. And these people just sit in these freaking Facebook groups going, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're stupid.
Glass houses?
It's bizarre. They're on such a low level, and they're like literally thinking that they're the big brain in the room going, oh, look, I've defeated your argument because you need God as a crutch. And I'm like, I'm not even a fucking theist, you idiot. I mean, this is like, and if I was, that's not a rejoinder. All right, I'm going to do this, Mr. President. €5. Don Trump, Schiff Volok, Schitzer Hoppen, Brutzelluck, and Wiccan, Hunter, Chelsea Croft. Try that one. My last money was well worth it. And I can at least tell you what the words are. So the first one is D-O-N-U-D. So the first word is D-O-N-A-U. Then it's D-A-M-P-H-F. Then it's S-C Schiff Art. Yeah, I mean, I can break it down because I've learned that from Feline today, how to break that down.
Translate it.
No, she translated it for me and I already forgot it. I think it means something about being one with the universe with something stuck up your ass.
Oh, that sounds Germanish. That sounds like something.
They make up shit. No, they do. I told you the other day. They just put these.
Listen.
Words together.
German is like very logical and very much like I love it. Every time I've had somebody explain to me what something is in German, I'm just like, this is such a pragmatic language, and I love it.
Yeah, because you make your own words up as you go along.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It actually means, I just looked it up.
It's way more interesting than breaking down this moron's post. Let's move on.
I think she made it up.
No, it's actually it's the title of an agency. It's the Association for Subordinate Officials of the Main Maintenance Building of the Danube Steam Shipping Electrical Services.
Yes.
I like my thing with the contemplating the universe while having something stuck up your ass. It actually makes more sense to me.
I don't see the difference.
Why not both?
To be honest.
Why not? It's German. We can go either way with it. Yeah.
So, okay, did either of you watch the debate last night on AT2's channel with Red's Rhetoric about gun
I
stuff
did
and
not. Did I miss anything?
I heard a chunk of it, but it was the guy was.
I won that debate from the side chat. There were two things that this person was saying that blew my mind, and that I was like, what are you talking about? He was essentially saying that the government was going to impose regulations on gun control that were going to keep guns away from people that should have them. His main crux came to, I'm going to have to wait 5 days to get my gun, which was bizarre to me. So I asked him this question because it kind of undermined his entire thing. And I said, okay, so there are regulations that you agree with and you're fine with, because he said that. And I said, so can you please name me one regulation in Canada that is keeping guns from people that you don't agree with? And so he went on a diatribe about magazine sizes, which isn't keeping a gun from you.
No, that's a high capacity thing. Yeah.
Right. So the answer was no. And it's like, okay, so then you would have no problems with any of the regulations that were brought. So if America was to copy Canada's gun regulations, you would be fine with that, right? So what's your problem?
I don't understand why they get this thing they're going to be taking people's guns. It's like, when did that ever happen? I mean, that's just a fear tactic.
No one's even brought that up except the NRA people. Just saying.
Right. It's bizarre. Well, he was reading from the Joe Biden's DNC list of things that they want to do, and nobody was talking about gun regulation this election. Nobody was talking about gun regulation because it's really not. Nobody cares right now.
It would not surprise me if Joe Biden, sometime during his first 4 years, brings up addressing gun laws in the United States. It wouldn't surprise me because we've had mass shootings. Yeah, bring it up, please. Somebody do something.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I am pro Second Amendment, but I understand the reality of the situation, and there has to be some kind of enforcement of something. We have problems, and there is no easy solution, but we have to be able to discuss the topics. And the NRA, they're not helping anything.
No.
Well, okay, so there was this thing that he brought up saying that there was a compromise made about some regulation back in in the 1800s or something, or I don't remember what he said. I don't remember the time frame, but he said that there was some kind of regulation that was put in place that he agreed with because it was a compromise because businesses were having a hard time selling their merchandise because they had somebody breathing down their neck about regulations. And so they compromised, set the regulation up so the businesses could operate easier. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm very confused. Did you just say that owning a gun is a right and you need to be able to have those rights and you're not going to compromise your ethics, and then say that you compromised your ethics because a business wasn't able to make money faster? What? What?
Well, or his other argument was well, if I'm set up for this to hunt deer with a gun, right? And I can't go buy the gun. I'm like, why would you ask to be set up to hunt deer with a gun if you didn't already own the gun in the first place? Like, it's not.
1996. Yeah, he came up with like this weird plot. It sounds like a really bad like 80s movie plot where it's like, oh man, I gave up shooting, so I sold all my guns, and then I got picked for this draw to hunt deer, and so now I have to get this gun, but it takes a week for the government to give me my because of the regulations, and the shooting day is only 3 days away. What am I gonna do?
But by the way, fun note: it's in the United States. It's not actually a civil right to own a gun. It's a civil liberty to own a gun.
Yeah, but like that's not the way.
All the amendments are liberties.
Yes, a liberty is something. I remember this from Jamie Sizzlo. Yeah, I remember Sizzlo, and I remember. So a civil liberty is something that allows you to be protected from the government itself. For example, like freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom to bear arms. Those are civil liberties. A civil right is something when it comes to more of a discriminatory nature, right? So you have the civil right that to be not being discriminated for your age, for your sex, for your gender, for your skin color. Those would be civil rights, but civil liberties are what they are that the government has been bestowed by the Constitution. Such as like owning a gun and voting and things of that nature. That's a civil liberty.
Think that we should talk about the Brainy Project.
Right? Yep, let's do it. It's potpourri, man.
Yeah,
go for it.
So,
but I think
that was Dexter, by the way, Letty. That was Dexter.
Can we have super chat?
Yes. Michael, the Canadian atheist, 4-5 says, "Hi peeps. I don't get guns, but whatever." Like this is a very Canadian thing.
Yeah, that's a Canadian thing to say.
Yeah, that's very, very much a Canadian thing to say. Helios for 5 says, "The Second Amendment was written back in the time when someone standing 60 feet away with a sword had the upper hand versus someone holding a gun." Yeah.
Yeah, muskets took about 2 minutes to load.
I don't think... I don't know. The gun thing confuses me as a Canadian, especially when the person touting the gun stuff is saying that all of the Canadian regulations are fine. So, like, then I don't understand the discussion. It does just seem to me like fear mongering. That's what it does seem like to me. So the Guardian Project. So for anybody who does not know about the Guardian Project, that is a project going on that is like basically anti-cyberbullying. And it's being run. Who is it that's running it?
Mark Pellegrino.
And it's not just Mark
Drew
Pellegrino,
Russo.
Ruscio, that's right. He's the lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a Kickstarter going on, and the Kickstarter says, let me load this up real quick. Create a reality series that not only exposes online bullying and libels, but offers community solutions and justice for the victims. You tell me that you would not that would be so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what they had the offer as far as the reasons why they have that Kickstarter, right? And I did donate to it. Matter of fact, people remember back when somebody had like donated like 50s, and I said, hey, look, when I find a charity, I'm going to donate some of that, and I keep my promises. And so I donated $100 to the Kickstarter, and it was because I liked what they were trying to accomplish, which was start a show to pitch to the producers, where they would have the cyberbully, the victim meet the cyberbully. Now, I don't always think that's a good idea. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think there's going to have to be some really very, very professional psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, whatever, I've
actually seen that happen. The BBC did a series like that with one of their politicians, and it was actually really interesting to see these two people in the same room together. But of course, you'd have to like check security and make sure there wasn't going to be any kind of harm causing to anybody, and nobody's surprised. Right. There is no like, oh, we're forcing the victim and their what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressor.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's like legit stalking, harassing, and going to kill somebody, it's probably a bad idea.
Right. This is both people are agreed it's gonna be safe. We'll make it, if they have to be in different rooms, they can be in different rooms with like I don't know, like a jail window and a phone. I don't give a shit, something like that. But but like obviously with consent of everybody involved, without any pressure, you wouldn't be able to do things like that. Because if you do things like that, it's not cool. But it would be so fun.
So here's the interesting part on that, Shush. So I've been talking to Mark, and Mark's like, let's do this. He's more than willing to come on. And as you know, my detractors, my cyber bullies, my hate. Yeah. So I've already talked to Russ, Drew, and I've also talked to Mark. They knew what to expect. And of course, as soon as these people started coming around, they're like, "Holy shit, you're not kidding!" I showed him some photos, like like people wearing my face, and he's like, "That's just like." That's just messed up. I don't remember what words he used. I think he said effed up, but I was like, you think? I was like, yeah. So they did exactly what I expected them to do, right? I tweeted to them about cyberbullying, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm de-hanging them. I've been communicating with them in private, telling them, look, this is going to happen. These people are going to come around. They're going to be complete nutters, and they've had it happen to them, so they knew exactly what to look for. Same thing with Chesh and I tell people. But same thing with William Shatner. They proved our case for us. It was like, thank you very much, because I didn't have to do anything to convince them. We've had these types of harassment. We've had these people that have been like psychotic going off on us. I just sat back, had a tweet, and go, okay, watch what happens. Thank you.
There's a I'm just gonna read the super chat. God's Auditors for 5 says, I slept in a room with 80 guys and had constant weapons training for 3 months. I still don't trust half of them to own a weapon. So yeah, regulate.
Oh, I don't believe you're wrong on that, dude. I agree, dude. We had firearm safety in military too. We had to qualify. Half those people I would never trust with a firearm if outside the military, or even in the military for that matter. I mean, you're like on the shooting range. You're like, you stay over there. Matter of fact, the quickest way to get kicked out of boot camp, you point that pistol anywhere besides that target, you're done. They don't mess around. You're done. So Mark Pellegrino, yeah, he plays Lucifer on the show Supernatural, which is a great show, by the way. I do watch it, but I'm not one of those fan people. So, but yeah, I'm not a fan.
You're not part of the fandom.
I like what is it, Ellis from Lucifer? Love that show. But no, I love Supernatural too. But I mean, this is not my thing. I've never, me, I don't fan over people. Who would I fan over? I'm trying to think. Who would you fan over? Like, who would we get on as a guest?
Julia Roberts, apparently.
Well, clearly not Julia Roberts. Yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal for me.
Who would I fan over?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was kind of playing it up when I met Red's Rhetoric on Rum and Coke that one time last year.
Well, yeah, I fanned for him for years. Actually, I didn't know who the hell he was.
Who would I fan over?
Yeah,
like
I got to talk to Lawrence Krauss. I've talked to like a lot of well-known people. I don't think I'm a fan.
It's just not kind of in my wheelhouse of behaviors of like. So assuming that like they just kind of walk by or they start talking to me and I'm like, oh my god, what do I say to this person? I don't know. I don't know, because I'd probably just be like, hi, how's it going? Like, I mean, they're people. Treat them like people. Don't be a douche. I don't know.
I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, this is a hard question. So the Guardian Project is a multi-tier. I'm just reading from their Kickstarter real quick. The Guardians Project is a multi-tiered attack on the epidemic problem of online bullying and viral defamation that takes place through libel and slander, created by TV star Mark Pellegrino from 13 Reasons Why, Supernatural, Dexter, and Lost, and internet attorney and Hollywood media consultant Andrew Rosso?
Yeah, I'm not sure I pronounced it. I haven't talked. I've only communicated with him in DM. I haven't talked to him on voice yet.
Hopefully he can correct me so I feel like less of an asshole. Both have their own story and personal experience with online bullying and harassment, which has birthed the project. You cannot tell me that you guys would not tune in to see Steve basically do the same thing to one of his trolls, like he did to ProLib.
That would be fun. Yeah, I got to go off on ProLib, and ProLib no longer around. But I put him in his place. By the way, this maybe this Friday or the next Friday, I don't remember. One of the guys from the Cardian Project who actually reads a lot about mythology of Lucifer and Satan. We're going to have a discussion on the morality of different variations and manifestations of Satan in different types of stories. Like I love the Incarnations and Immortality series by Piers Anthony, and the way that portrayed Satan was absolutely magnificent. Did you read the series, The Incarnations of Immortality? It started with On Pale Horse with Thanatos, death, and then it goes to it has like war and
my favorite incarnation of Satan is my D&D headcanon.
No, read the Incarnations series. It's really good how they portrayed Satan. It's really, and again, I love to have those types of ethics discussions about the morality of a being that serves a purpose, right? If Satan serves a purpose, can he be wholly evil because he's doing a favor to God because God needs him?
Can he be evil if he's dictated, right? If he doesn't have a choice. So there's something that's interesting in like the biblical reading of Satan and Lucifer is that angels do not know the difference between right and wrong. They have not eaten of the fruit of knowledge. So whatever Satan or Lucifer is doing, he can't possibly have the knowledge of good and evil. He can't know that what he's doing is right or wrong. All he can know is that whatever he's doing has not been dictated by God, except that maybe it has been, depending on how you read it. Canadian Atheist for Two says, "I fan over you, Steve."
He did. No, he did. But we've also been on his podcast like 3 times, so he's lost the thing. Lost the how many times you've been on? What, twice or once? Once. Okay. So that guy that also update. I got an update. That guy that. So the one screenshot. So I told him, hey, look, we're reading your comment live. You can come and join us. I don't give a shit. But he's like, excellent. Post this. Steve McRae is a pompous, arrogant know-it-all. He truly, I love these appeal to emotion words, right? He truly believes that a peer review is necessary for atheism. Never made that argument. That's called a straw man fallacy. Again, pointing out how to read these things and read in them. So far we got appeal to emotion. We've got a straw man fallacy. He likes to brag about how many views and Twitter follows he has and needs your attention to feel good about himself. Again, appeal to emotion. That's not bragging. I state some facts. I don't need that. I don't give a shit about it. It's just a matter of fact that I actually have a little bit of
a sub drive.
Yeah, they're doing a sub drive, right? Yeah. He also needs to try to make others feel small in order to build himself up. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. If you sit there and tell me that you know something about something and you're trying to correct me on a topic you don't know about, I'm going to take umbrage about it, because when I go and talk to somebody who I clearly knows way more than I'll ever know about a topic, I usually shut the hell up. I shut the hell up and I learn from them. That's the best way to do it. Trust me. And by the way, it doesn't mean you can't challenge them. I challenge authorities all the time, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with challenging authority, but you do so with a little bit of respect and a little bit of basic understanding. I mean, you tell an astrophysicist, some stupid shit about, the stars made of like, green cheese or something like that. I mean, it just at least understand.
Made it.
Yeah, but he says, my response to the peer review question was simple. I did not need anyone to hold my hand and tell me there was no God. That wasn't the point of asking you about if you read a peer review paper. I want to know if you read a peer review paper so you understand the topic of atheism. That's all.
The problem is this person is assuming, this person is suspicious This person thinks that you're trying to change their mind rather than trying to understand them. And that comes from dealing with the online world, where it's really easy to think that anybody talking to you has some kind of ulterior motive, especially when you're dealing with things like the atheistic political movement versus people who are just trying to have conversations about what can we know, what do we know, and is there a God, which are two very different situations.
Sure, but would you agree there's a complete loss of principle of charity there?
Oh, absolutely. He's assuming you're like a theist asshole.
He's a theist. And then he ends up like, have a nice day making fun of others, Stevie. I don't enjoy telling people they're an idiot. It's not me mocking them or making fun of them. It's me stating a fact when you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Look, it doesn't matter. Look, there are subjects I don't talk about. Why? Because I'm an idiot in them. I'm perfectly fine to say I'm an idiot in certain topics.
Reading what you said out and then analyzing it isn't making fun of you. Laughing at it also isn't making fun of you. Saying you're a big meanie poopy head is making fun of you.
It just blows my mind that this is the level of atheism in these groups, and yet they think, again, they're like the big brains. Steve's just doing that. Steve's just doing this. It's like, and yet, wait, hang on. There's like an admin that I actually know in one of these groups, and this guy, I think it was the same guy here. He's like, oh, I'm watching the admin tear Steve a new one. I actually know the guy. Me and the admin had a great conversation, and I was like, look, this is how you have a productive dialogue.
Well, they view it as a fight, and it's like, no, we're just talking. We're just trying to understand each other, and we're just trying to understand different points of view. Not everything is a slugfest.
And the admin and I, and like I said, I knew the guy, but he said, hey, Steve, why don't we do a live to the group and we show people how to have, a discussion? Because he actually agrees with me on most things. But it's like, sure.
Letty asked me what if Danny DeVito invited you to be the trainer in Detective Pikachu 2? I would flip out, be really excited, and absolutely do that, because that would be. Do you have any idea how excited to be a Pokemon trainer? Holy shit! But that has nothing to do with Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's awesome.
Although I would absolutely love to be in communication with Danny DeVito. That would also be amazing.
I'm still trying to think who I would fan over. I'm sure it'll come to me after we're done streaming.
Letty suggested Game Grumps for me also, and I think that Steve and I are just a little bit different in how we react, but like the excited to talk to somebody because of who they are feeling rather than the reaction. If we think about that, we might have an easier time coming up with answers.
I think for me it would be like seriously, William Shatner. If William Shatner were to come on one of your shows.
He doesn't do podcasts.
I know. But that would make it all the more special if he came out and did yours. But
he won't. I mean, he doesn't do those things.
I don't expect him to, but it would be something I would fan out over it. Yeah.
Hey guys, there's a way around that. We could do a Non Sequitur Show tour and have guests in different locations, different guests, so we end up with a different show every time.
I would like to travel if it wasn't for this stupid pandemic stuff. But Gordon Ramsay, maybe. Oh, dude, if Gordon Ramsay cooked me a freaking meal, yeah, I would be like losing my shit.
I would be so sad because he would cook something I don't like, and I would just be like, I have to.
Not possible. Because this is not possible. You could literally shit on a fucking plate, and I would probably eat it just because it came from Gordon Ramsay. Okay. You're like, hey, well, those coffee beans that they get eaten and they shit them out and they grind them up, like are they Arabica beans? Whatever they're called.
You're talking about Kopi Luwak's. Yeah.
It's Kopi Luwak's beans.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he can do that. Yeah. I'm like, he doesn't fucking. He won't do anything like that. But I'm just saying, if Gordon Ramsay had a he made something and he ate it and shat it out, I'd still probably be like. I've never had that cauliflower. Have you ever had a Michelin star dish?
The Game Grumps have a thing that they run. I don't know if it's still active, but it was essentially for YouTubers to build and set up tours. so they could go do live shows and tour around. And I think
Yeah, but that was before all the world went to hell.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're not going to do it tomorrow. Don't be.
But I want to do it. I want to go. I'm telling you, I want to go out of my area, but it's too cold, and I'm waiting for it to warm up a little bit, and then I'm going to be traveling at least a little bit.
Like? You know what you sound like right now? You sound like that toxic narcissism thing where they just make excuses for.
No, I don't like cold. I legit cannot stand cold.
Oh my God! Go, Jesus! Again, like I said, this isn't tomorrow. We don't even have the show back yet.
Yeah, but I want to go places. I want to get the hell out of here.
Oh my God! Okay,
just go somewhere. I'm saying that's fine. Let's do it. I went to Texas. I went to LA. I want to go to Florida. I want to go to Boston. I want to get the hell out of here.
I'm only trying to set something like this up so I can meet him in person so I can kill him.
Probably. Oh, I know what she's gonna. She's gonna do like the Samson and Delilah shit and try to cut my hair in the middle of the night.
I got clippers.
I got clippers. I got some clippers in there too. I use with my beard.
I'm gonna walk on stage and Steve's gonna already be sitting there. I'm gonna get introduced. I'm gonna walk on stage. I'm gonna click them. And I'm gonna be like. Just grab his head and just do one down the middle.
Do you remember the whole Johnny Depp and Amber thing? That would be what it'd be like. I'd be like, I'm going to knock you out. Just saying.
Oh, that upset me so much. Since we're doing a slip drive, by the way, we should talk about that. But before we get there, what we should do is non sequitur. Once we've got non sequitur back, we're running again. We're successful because fucking of course we're successful. Why wouldn't that show be successful? And yes, I'm going to be arrogant about it. Fight me. Once that's running again, what we do is we take a fund, we take a percentage out specifically for the show off of whatever amount of money we're making off the show. We take a percentage out, we put it off to the side, and we make that our we're going to go on tour fund. And so once that reaches a reasonable amount for us to be able to actually, like, I don't know, rent a bus or contact the Game Grumps if they're still doing their shtick and find out what the costs are going to be, how we can do it, Once we hit a certain whatever goal it is or whatever we need, we do a tour and we see if we can set up guests at each location because we're moving around. So what we end up having is we have a live show that's actually different depending on where you see it because the guest is different every time.
Well, we definitely got to go to Colorado.
Yes, where they are.
Can we go to Colorado? Because Colorado Bronco Prepper, he's come down to visit me where I live a couple times, so I owe him a trip. So now we can see Nikki. She's in Colorado.
We would have to do Seattle with Drunken Peasants.
With Ben and Billy.
Yeah, would have to do that one. Colorado, we can do, for sure. Do we want to do Over Borders?
Open borders? Like to Mexico?
Do we want to do Over Borders? Do we want to do Toronto or Edmonton?
Yeah. I've been to British Columbia.
We could do instead of like full on going across the border, we could do a we could do like Niagara Falls, because if we do Niagara Falls, it's right on the border and it wouldn't be too difficult for Canadians to go across.
Actually, with Niagara Falls, you have one person on one side, you have one person on the other side.
Yeah, I'll be on that side, and we'll just get megaphones and we'll just fucking yell at each other.
It's not that far across. It's
kind of loud, though, Steve. It's kind of loud. Just saying.
What? What's your name? You, Tony. So we'd have to go to Washington. We would have to go to Washington, right?
With the state, yeah.
I
actually like Washington, D.C., but that's a different... I've been to Washington, D.C.
I almost feel like I need to pull up a map. We could go Florida. If we do Florida, we could do a rocket launch. Do we want to do Texas?
I enjoy
Texas is where like
Texas,
Jim
but...
is and Egghead is. We could do Texas. We could do like a... We could go crash an ACA party.
That's further down. That's in Austin. I went to Dallas. Austin's a couple hours away.
That'd be funny. Go.
It is a library.
Go to the set of ACA and see if
sit in the library there.
Let's see if Jamie will let us on.
Jamie's not. Is Jamie even with them any longer?
I don't think so. I haven't seen.
I know he's not president any longer.
He's not president, no.
Yeah, that group.
I bet you Eric would do a show with you.
Oh, Eric
I would love to do a show. Jamie and Eric seem like the nicest people ever.
They are.
I told you, man. I used to like. I have Eric's personal number and on my phone, and I would go to walk to the bus stop, and I would just sit there and talk to him on the phone, and like people don't realize that how much a lot of people do communicate in the back, that's not seen. And so, yeah, I know Eric pretty well, actually. And yeah, he would.
I am up here. I'm in Southern Ontario.
Yeah,
Icarus said
she's up there.
Yeah. Do you think the U.S.-Canada border will open in this foreseeable future? I think now that you guys have a president that's going to take pandemic seriously, there is a far better chance that the border will open, because I think a lot of Canadians wanted to keep the border closed just on principle.
They don't like us.
78% of all Canadians were like, hell no, do not open that border. No, absolutely not. And so now that you guys have somebody in charge that's actually going to take it seriously, and if the citizens start taking it seriously, I think it's far more likely that the border will be open sooner. But that's just my opinion. Since we're doing a drive, though, for subscribers, we should probably talk about what our future plans are, instead of Not for Non Sequitur show, which are awesome. And now I want to plan a road trip. I think we should end in Alaska just for the lulls.
I have friends in Alaska.
But nowhere.
I actually I would have to look her up, but I got some friends that I still kind of talk to. But the CEO of Alaskan Distillery, and they made a type of vodka that was flavored hemp. It was flavored weed flavor, and it made them really popular. Her name was Bella Coley.
We have to go to Niagara Falls then, because that's all.
Would you like to go to a distillery where they make vodka that tastes like weed? That'd be interesting.
Absolutely. And plus, why would I not want to go there?
Yeah. Look up Bella Coley.
Canadian Atheist said, I know you're a Canuck, but as a group. Yeah, that would be cool. Me, Steve, and Boole all just tripping around, doing shows, bringing guests, having a grand old time. You could play it like the Seaman Center. So
how do we do a sub drive? I really don't know how these channels. Again, I never really pushed it. My subs have always been organic, and I only want people to actually watch these channels that like these topics, right? I mean, this was I was telling Creep Show. I was like,
stream or something.
What's that?
Didn't you owe people a shirtless stream or
something? No, that was on the
Non
Sequitur. First of all, that was on the Non Sequitur show. Second of all, that was summer, and I don't know what the hell that was for, whether that came to fruition or not. So I'm not quite sure. Not that I'm against it, but
first stream back on Non Sequitur, Steve is going to be
topless. That's not how this works.
You want a sub drive? You got to give people something.
Let me get this straight here. So on Twitch, they were complaining about women having an advantage because they, most people like to look at them when they're playing games. But on YouTube, a man can sit there and be topless, but a woman can't. That's discriminatory.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yes. All right. So again,
okay.
How do we get some subs for a channel? How do we get the audience to get help us with that?
Yes. All right. We need to tell the audience needs to tell us what they want. You tell us what you want and subscribe, and we can try to. However, what I should tell you guys is what's going on over on my channel and what I've been up to. I've been following the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit with one Katie Joy Polson, because wow, that's a trip. I've just been reading the
complaint.
The doc, the documents. Yeah. I've also now started covering a little bit of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. Wow, that shit is not okay. So I have 3 streams. Sorry, I've done 1, and I have 2 other streams set up for that, and that will be looking at that litigation, because apparently it's really, really skewed to one side. I still haven't found the American lawsuit yet, but I have found the case number, so hopefully I will be able to find that. And so I'll probably set up another stream for looking at what's going on in the US, what's going on in the UK, how it was treated in the UK, and then also another one talking about a little bit more what happened with J.K. Rowling and WB. So there's that. I also have set up, I have a bunch of thumbnails set up. I haven't put anything up yet because I'm waiting for the judge to bring up whenever the scheduling for the contempt hearing is. As soon as that hammer drops, I'll be setting up a bunch of streams that are all reading the Non Sequitur Show case from the beginning. So all of the paperwork that's gone through the court, everything that's in the court that I have access to, all the public access stuff, I am going through and I'm reading that. And that is, I think I have 11 thumbnails set up for it. So that is a stream and a half. So if you're interested in some of that law stuff, if you haven't read some of it or don't have time to actually read the court documents, you'll have that. It'll also kind of refresh everybody's memory of where we started and how we got here. And now we're going into contempt hearing. I'm going to try and get them all done before the hearing happens, but that might not happen depending on when they set that date, so I will go as quickly as I can.
Yeah,
so
there's 49 things sitting in there right now. It's pretty full.
So
yes.
on the Non Sequitur Show front court case. By the way, I don't have a damn thing to do with Toddy's case. Nothing. People have messaged me like left and right. Nothing. Like nothing. It's nothing. I have nothing to do with it. So I've read it, but I've legit absolutely nothing to do with it. But I do have a lot to do with the Non Sequitur Show case. And I do have a lot of people reaching out to me that want to do a story on that. I have a couple lawyers contacting me. I've had some reporters contact me. But I'm not going to give anybody an interview on the Non Sequitur stuff until the judge rules, which hopefully will be this week. But there's no promises in that. It depends on what he has on the docket. So where we stand on this is that the last day for Kyle to put any kind of evidence in for whatever, because he said in his deposition that he had a signed rental agreement with Ben in ink, and he was going to produce that to the lawyer who has actually now did a motion to withdraw based upon Rule 1.1.6 B1, B4, B7, and B9, I believe it was. As, by the way, I called her doing, and no, that's not from lack of payment. If you go look for a motion to withdraw for lack of payment, it actually says something completely different. And
also if you give super chats over on my channel, Puck gets boops on his snoot.
And so we're waiting right now we're waiting for the judge to deny Kyle's motion and schedule a contempt hearing. And we know he's going to turn the forgery, submission of altered evidence, and perjury over to the DA.
Butt scratches. Yeah, we're just waiting for the court to respond to the date that they gave Kyle, which was the 5th, to submit something. He didn't submit anything, and now we're just waiting for the court to respond.
Yeah, he was also supposed to submit August Discover statements, so we know they don't exist because he didn't open the account to October, and he didn't. He didn't submit anything. Nor was expected to, nor did he even contest his lawyer withdrawing. So we're just waiting for we're just waiting. It could be any time, but I don't expect it till mid-end week next week. I don't know. I give up trying to hope. That way, if it happens in like 5 minutes, I'll be like happy, right?
Well, okay. I have a question. Do you happen to know off the top of your head what the date of Kyle's deposition was?
No, but it's been a month though.
Let me, because he said during his deposition that he was going to provide that day or tomorrow or the next day certain
the judge
that he was.
Yeah, but the judge gave him till the 5th, and that included any paperwork. He can submit whatever he wanted to as evidence.
Right. So he said he had the paperwork for some of the stuff. He said he could get the paperwork, and he was going to submit it with it, submit it that day or the day after. That was what he had said. So the court gave him the X amount of time to do it, and he didn't. He said he was going to submit stuff, and he had stuff, and he hasn't submitted it.
And the reason why they did it in order to solidify a forgery charge, there's a couple factors that go into the elements of the crime. Because he actually said in the deposition he had the original contract with Inc., that by not producing that, now they can go to the DA and say, look, now he has said he had it, he didn't. He has other altered evidence that we have, and we have a witness that says that's not his signature. Now they can go after for forgery.
Well, yeah. He I understand that they needed all this stuff. I'm more saying that he said that he had this stuff and that he could submit it and would submit it in a brief time period, so he can't go back and then say, well, I didn't have it or it took too long to get it, when he said that he could submit it like the next day, or that he had it in his right. So
busy. Yeah, no, I know this is. I know. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know this is going to be a major shock to you guys. This is a revelation that I've never told anybody before, but I feel like I have to come clean. Ready for this? Kyle lies. I know it's not what you guys want to hear, and please forgive me for not telling you guys sooner on that, but it's a fact. It's a fact. So I know. But Steve, how could you do this?
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say right there. 516 days since the Non Sequitur show was.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We were supposed to see the books from Kyle. He said he would give us the books.
Yeah, my live chat's going nuts. They're like, "How could you not told us this, Steve?" I know. All right, so how?
It's all your fault that Kyle lies.
Yeah, no, Look, I will tell you this. I kind of knew there was a problem way earlier, but how do you approach it, right? What do you do? I mean, I was kind of
you gave him a lot of time and a lot of
But if I would have came out and just say, look, this guy's trying to bone me and bull, and he's lying through his teeth, he has such charisma that people would have probably just not believed me. They would have shadowed me, and I knew that. I was like, I don't have any, thing to yeah. So, but I like I said, I play the long game, so it's fine the way things working out. Not complaining. Yeah, but okay. So how does the audience, like you said, how can they help us get some subs? Like, and again, useful subs, not just.
And share if you're interested, if you know people that are interested in these topics. So if you know people who might be interested in seeing how the court case between Toddy and Katie Joy is going, feel free to send them my way. If you guys are interested in the Goblin Reed stuff, particularly the Johnny Depp stuff, I'm covering that right now. If you have things that you want me to cover in the future, let me know, or like you want me to do reads of, let me know, and I will most likely do those things, unless it's something that I completely have no idea what the flying hell you're talking about. Do you want to read Dr. Hankey's paper?
Because he put it out on his site, which was his 2020 update from his 2005-2010 paper on helium diffusion rates, where he mentions me 30 times. You want to do that read? Because that's hard.
That sounds like it's out of. I mean, sure, but that sounds like something that I'm.
I was kidding. No, it's.
I can do.
Look, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I do either. I mean, I had Dr. Shell talk to me quite a bit, and I was like, let me give me the too long didn't read version, even though I read Hankey's paper. I get the kind of the overall thing of it, but it's very complicated. He goes into way more detail than it.
Anybody who does gaming stuff, I'm also going to be doing a blind Nuzlocke run of a fan-made Pokemon game called Pokemon Insurgent. So it's going to be blind, so it's either going to be really long or it's going to be really short. So check that out. That'll be next week's, or this week, later, at the end of this week. Well, that'll start.
You could probably do a Goblin Read. I'm going to do a part 2 on the story of Unitroll. I have to do a part 2.
Yeah, I guess
I'm waiting for the court thing. That's going to be a part 2. People said they're going to read it, so I'm going to hold you guys to that when I write the part 2 on that. So
yeah, if you want me to cover that, I can cover that. I can do a read that. Oh, there's also should be a part 3 of Intrigued Felines little guest blog on Answers and Reasons.
That's good. So, did you read that?
Yeah.
Did you do a Goblin Read on that?
Intrigued Felines, she's doing an awesome job. She really is.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Nailed part 1 and 2. Nailed it. And so you did both of them?
There's 3. I've done
I
1
haven't
and 2
read-
so far.
I haven't seen 3.
3 is out
She
yet.
put up. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
she
waiting for
legit serious research on that. So.
Oh, I did have an idea that I wanted to do, and it's let me grab this real quick. Okay, so I have 2 ideas when it comes to books, right? And one of them is this book and this book. So my grandmother wrote a book, and I was thinking about doing that. Oh, here's a picture of me as a child with a bucket on my head.
Some things will never change.
Yeah. So, so one of them is this book. My grandmother wrote this, and so I was thinking about doing a read through of this book, and I haven't asked her for permission yet. I'm gonna ask her. So I was thinking about doing a read through of that. But my other idea was this is Howl's Moving Castle, and it's got chapter photos. So it's got like, let me see if I can find a good one. I was thinking about doing a repaint or like an overpaint of the chapter photos and have reading the chapter over top of the paint. So I thought that would be kind of cool. But you guys can let me know. It'd be quite a bit of work, but I think it would be fun. I'll probably wait until I have a desk, like a proper desk set up. Right now I'm borrowing a desk from somebody, and so it's not quite it's not big enough for what I would need for my full setup to be operational. Once that's taken care of, once I get a desk, I've got one sitting on my Amazon wish list. So because I've kind of been using my Amazon wish list as like a holding place for things I need to go buy. It's kind of like a shopping list for myself. So there's a desk in there that I think I'm going to pick up eventually. Probably not until Non Sequitur show's running again, but I thought that'd be a really interesting idea to try
Paul
out.
has asked me if I got you Elite Dangerous, would you play it? I have Elite Dangerous, and I got through like the basics of it. I don't know why I stopped playing it. It seemed like an okay game. I'll relearn it if you. I was a co-op game.
Should we do a series of me teaching Steve how to play League of Legends?
I would never learn how to play League of Legends.
Oh, you would?
I'd never learn how to play Overwatch.
Not even if people subscribed and paid for it?
Not my thing. I'd rather play. I play Team Fortress 2. I'll play the crap out of Team Fortress 2 and stream it. Give me
Listen, it would be really
heavy. I like Team Fortress 2. That's a great game. Or Engineer. I like playing Engineer too. I'm a pretty good engineer.
teaching.
I like
Steve
my
how to play
games,
League
but
Yes.
I don't think
Especially
I'd be good
because
at
he
League of
wouldn't like it and wouldn't want to learn, and I would just be screeching at him to click harder.
Look, I could learn just about any game given enough time. I mean, I got good at Remnant. That took me quite a while, but you saw how I sucked at Remnant. The first boss, it took me like 50 times. Now I can solo them on Apocalypse mode, most of them. But once you see, the thing is once you learn the boss, things and what gear to use and stuff like that, you can actually beat them on any level. But
I think Steve would actually be surprisingly good at League because I think he would understand something that a lot of players don't understand, is the difference between like what game you're playing. And so a lot of players think that they're playing their lane and they're playing against the opponent and their job is to kill the enemy team. That is not how you play League of Legends. That is not the game. The game isn't kill the enemy team. The game is take the objectives and destroy their nexus. You can win a game of League of Legends without killing a single person if you're good enough. It's easier to take objectives when there's nobody alive to defend them, but the goal is not getting a high kill count. The goal is to destroy the enemy nexus.
Well, I like killing people. No, look, I led a team of 40.
I just think that Steve would understand.
I led a team of 40 gamers. 40 people were in our PvP guild. It was a regular guild. It was called Moon Warriors on Silver Moon. But we had about 40 people then on our. We used Ventrilo and what was the other one? what was the other chat big in the day? There was Ventrilo, but there was another one, TeamSpeak, and when you're running PGs, they're usually about 5-man or 10-man groups, and we do the whole season, and then get the best gear, but we knew all the strats. I had played more Worse on Gulch on World of Warcraft than any human should have ever played. My character had the number one play for Worse on Gulch. I mean, there's nothing about that strats I don't know how to do. And you're right. A lot of people are sitting there midfield and they're just like, trying to kill people rather than try to capture the flag or to understand what the objective is, or learn how to basically, take away fire from other people and crowd control. Oh, people suck at crowd control. Let me tell you, the best players, they know how to crowd control the shit. They don't have to kill anything. It's all about crowd control. It's all about CC. So yes, I totally get where you're coming from.
I think that, Steve sounds like, if any of you have watched the anime Log Horizon, Steve is Shiro.
I don't know. Look, I'm really good at damage. Don't get me wrong, DPS. For PvP, but I really excel at a mid crowd control type thing. Like I love like a warlock when they do how they would do the crowd control back in the day. Because you had to alternate your fears, so you didn't have diminishing returns, but you got to dot somebody up and oh man, affliction locks were
non-sec
awesome.
WoW guild. What do you think? A non-sec WoW guild?
I'm not. No, I was addicted to WoW. If I got back into it, you'd never see me again. There'd be no time for non-sec or anything else. I would not. I'd be gone.
Well, now we know what happens if Kyle wins this lawsuit. Steve quits everything and goes and drowns himself in World of Warcraft for the rest of his days.
I still got a lot of gold and everything. I had like 12 tunes, man. I played just vanilla.
Oh, I saw Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and Bob and Wade playing a game, and I think it would be really fun if we played that. It's a multiplayer game. Let me look up the name of it because it was really cool and it's spooky. You guys want to play spooky games?
Yeah. Healing druids for PvP are the greatest healers, man. They also were the best tanks, and they also, when they're feral, did the best DPS.
Oh no, Phasphobia.
We'll get some games. I want to do more gaming stuff. I still like Remnant. That was great. Free too, or was.
Phasmophobia. I think it would be really fun if we played Phasmophobia. That would be good.
All right. Well, anyways, we are long past the time here.
Yeah, subscribe and like and share with people that you think would be interested in these things. And if you have suggestions, you let us know. If you have suggestions for us to cover things that you think your friends would like, let us know. And then we could, I don't know, say their name or something if you want.
So if you're a mod or a member and you want to like really help us out, like I said, share and to see how many we can get by next CC. If we can get if I get 20 subs. Look, I'm not going for like 1,000 subs here. I'm like telling you, 20 subs would be pretty impressive right now because I've just been flatlined, and so I want to see if it's possible to even get 20 subs. And Cheshire gets 20 subs.
Ashcott says y'all should play Among Us. Even Red can play that shiz. You remember him playing chess?
Red is not a gamer. I mean, he doesn't even like Steam. Okay, so he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't know if we'd be able to get Reds to play with us because he would have to download Steam to play, and I don't think we could talk him into downloading.
I don't understand his phobia. It's weird. It is like legit a phobia of Steam. Now I can understand if you said Epic, get it. I understand, but Steam.
Shots fired.
I have no problem with Epic, by the way.
I think it would be really fun to just play Uno.
Uno's a fun game. Okay, I'll find somebody who plays euchre with. Anybody who plays euchre?
So, okay, if we're going to do an Among Us stream, I'm sure we can find people in the community who'd be willing to play with us. So, if our channels reach how many subscribers, do we do an Among Us stream?
I don't know what the hell it is. How can I say? Is that a zombie apocalypse game?
Among Us? No. It's like the movie The Thing, but it's a game.
Okay.
You know John Carpenter's The Thing?
Oh no, I remember the thing. There's a couple different versions
Yeah,
of it. John
so-
Carpenter's was later.
Yeah, so
The original
two
one was
people are the monster, and everybody else are the people running around trying to fix things on the ship. And the monsters are trying to kill people, and they're ejecting people when they can vote to eject people, and they're trying to get rid of the imposters, and the imposters are trying to pretend to be crewmates.
Was that the game? Was that the game that Creepshow was playing?
I don't know. I
Oh.
haven't seen her channel in a while.
I think that sounds like what she was playing.
A lot of people are playing it right now.
Is it like really
probably.
cartoonish? It's like little. It's like little.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah,
that's-
they have no arms and legs and.
It says somebody
little-
says
yeah, okay.
somebody says like such was ejected, and they like have to like
All right.
make things do this and that. Yeah, okay, I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was playing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen her play it.
All right, I'm going to make this
Okay.
more simple. We will play a group game with people from the community. It may be Among Us, it might be fucking Uno. We'll figure that out later. What number do our subscribers need to be at to make that possible?
I'm gonna go big. Get me to 18K. That's 900
Okay, get
subs.
Steve to 18. What are you at right now, Steve?
17.1, and I've been there for forever because I don't push this channel.
Okay, so you want 18, and I'll go 3K then. If you get Bull, do you have a number?
Bull fell asleep. He quit about 1 o'clock.
A number for
Give me
what?
the-
My channel? I don't care. Like, seriously.
Okay, Bull doesn't care. All right, so if you get me to 3K and get Steve to 18K, we will do a game stream where we're just playing games with community members. There'll be team games. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll probably do it on some kind of. Oh, I guess we'll probably do it here. Whatever. Maybe we'll do more than one. But the game will be decided when we start getting close to those numbers. And what? Anything else? Is that?
Yeah, that's fine to me. Like I said, I don't mind learning new games. I don't like games that have a high learning curve on it because I just don't have the time. I used to prefer the games that are a lot more in depth, or like even like Civ games. I love the Civ. I have Civ. What's the latest Civ? I have that one. Played it once, great, but done with it. But this is Bull's number is 1. Bull is a non-zero integer.
Oh my god! All right,
Bull,
let's get out of here.
Bull is either 0 or 1, so that's Bull's number, 0 or 1.
Retweet, like, share, sub, tell your friends.
Yeah,
Tell your
all
mom
the
to watch
things.
the show.
As
We talked
Radical
about
says,
food.
tick all those buttons.
Yeah. Hit the bell. Go over to my channel. See you later. I'll probably play some Minecraft. Bye!
I'm going to bed.
Bye.
Quit playing games with my heart.